This opening is epic. And I love this opening. Action Taimanin, let's go. Last time we went to a demon's game, into a demon, asking demons for help. This time we're probably going to be going into one of Edwin's black military bases. This might be actually being pretty good. Let's start with... Yeah, no, Ingrid is not high enough level for this. We're not going to do Ingrid because I need to level up Ingrid. So let's do Noah first. Let's try Noah. Let's start with Noah. Oh yes, after joining a group of death wraiths led by the king of the death wraiths, we called Misasagi's group and arrived at a place where we could see the whole area of the UFS, in which only the soldiers and Nomad were gathered. Yes, that's right. Last time we met the king of the death wraiths, and we asked the king of death wraiths to help us fight Edwin Black.
しかし、米連の基地一つをノマドが支配しているというのも改めて考えるとやばいな。
日本と違って土地も広いから全域をカバーできていないのでしょうね。
Check the inside of the facility, which I can see with binoculars while preparing to ambush the base. It's a huge base. It's defended by heavy artilleries, state-of-the-art tanks, and combat helicopters, and soldiers in enhanced suits who look very powerful. Thinking that I am about to attack the base itself makes me nervous.
ノマド直属の魔族までいるものね。
Demons who take orders directly from Nomad. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Asuka.
そこまで分かっていてどうして基地を制圧しないのよ。ベーレンとノマドは敵対しているのに。
Well, I'm thinking that there's some corruption in there. The United States Federation thing is probably like...
表面上はね。ただ、
Isn't the UFS in the
やっぱ
United
りノマド
States?
はいい取引先なのよ。金払いがいい。ね。
On the surface, yes, they are. It's just that Nomad can be a great business partner and it pays well. Makes sense.
やっぱりどこも最後はお金か。
Of course, it's all about money. It's always about the money.
日本政府も変わらないと思うがな。
Yeah, no government is any different. That's right. Everything's just corrupt.
中華連合もね。
Oh yeah, last time we had to fight some dudes from the Union. That's right.
隊長、お二人が。
ああ、気にしなくていいぞ、ソラ。喧嘩しているように見えて、ただじゃれ合ってるだけだからな。
Yeah, don't mind them. They fight all the time.
違うわよ。 重要な作戦の前に誰がじゃれ合うか。
とまあこんな具合に息はぴったりだ。
Yeah, they get along very fine.
そうみたいですね。
Well, Sora smiled awkwardly when she saw me smug and picked her words carefully while looking at Sue and Yukikaze in turn.
まったく、ずいぶんと余裕じゃないか、特務中隊の隊長殿は。本当ね。これはさぞかし素晴らしい作戦を考えてくれるんでしょうね。
Of course, I'm smart. I always come up with wonderful strategies.
まあ今回のは作戦とも言えないかもしれないがな。
Well, it's not a really grand strategy, but it's a smart strategy. So you're looking at it, Millie?
式族の皆さんも指定の位置へ移動したそうです。
On hearing what Emily said, everyone who had been preparing to fight raised their heads.
ようやく作戦開始？
Well, looks like it is.
こうも作戦前の待ち時間が長いと体が鈍ってしまいそうだ。そうね。
Especially Asuka and Kurenai, who are related to Nomad and Edwin Black, are taking less than usual, which makes the atmosphere tense. Oh yeah, that's right, they are related to Edwin Black. As soon as Mrs. Sagi and Sakura, who had been watching the facility from another place, joined us, they turned their heads towards Asuka and Kurenai, as if they noticed the atmosphere.
特務中隊の作戦は個人ではなくチームで行うものよ。そこを忘れないように。
Yes, we're gonna work as a team.
ええ、作戦には従うわよ、アサギ。異論はないわ。
Mission hasn't started, but I'm already worried if I can control the two who are very anxious. I have to stay. Being a captain is not an easy job. Sisagi looked at me smiling, as if she read my mind.
それでもこの立場からは逃げませんよ。俺だってタイマニンなんだ。
I can't use any ninja art, and I'm incompetent. But I've made up my mind. I'll go down the path I've chosen. The path where I support my colleagues, and my colleagues support me.
それじゃあ作戦の確認だ。今回は式族のみんなが陽動を買って出てくれた。基地の正面から攻撃を仕掛け、その間に俺たちが背後から基地へ侵入する。
Yeah, attacking from behind is always an option.
式族の不死性を活用した陽動ですが、相手はノマドです。式族へ有効な未知の兵器を開発している可能性もありますので、迅速な侵入を。
That is true. It is possible they have the ability to kill the death race, so we have to be swift. Yeah, that makes sense.
そのことだけれど、偵察の途中ノマドに潜入しているタイマニンから連絡があったわ。
What's the intel?
ノマドに潜入したタイマニンがこのタイミングでですか？
That was unexpected. So someone infiltrated Nomad. Who infiltrated Nomad? I'm curious. I mean, I've heard that some Taimanins have snuck in Nomad, but a call from one of them now?
私たちがこの基地に到着するすぐ前、あなたたちが式族を説得している頃にこの基地に派遣されたそうよ。
それは
もしかしてノマド側も何かを気づいているのでは？
面白くなってきたじゃない。
同感だ。
Yukikaze and Rinko talk for the first time during the meeting, holding their weapons in their hands. The two smiled menacingly, as if they were rather enjoying this situation.
本気になったノマド、つまり上級魔族たちが相手というわけだ。今度こそ勝つ。そうだろ、特務中隊の隊長。
ああ、その通りだ。俺は弱いよ。桃地みたいに体を鍛え続けたわけでも、特別な忍法を持っているわけでも、運がいいわけでもない。凡人だ。
I'm weak. I'm just a regular dude, you know? You're putting too much pressure on me.
けど、俺は仲間に恵まれた。人間だとか魔族だとか
I
関
have
係な
great
く。
teammates. It doesn't matter if you're humans or demons.
他の誰でもない。どの勢力でもない。たくさんの力が集まった俺たちだからこそ、ノマドに勝てるのだと、俺は思っている。みんなの力を貸してくれ。俺は、特務中隊は、エドウィン・ブラックに、ノマドに負けないと証明したい。
Everyone smiled at my words. Not embarrassed. Because I'm convinced that the task force can win Edwin Black's Nomad.
基地に潜入したというタイマニンに合図を送ったら作戦を開始する。みんな、最後の準備を。
Should talk to Sue, discuss the matter with Emily, express concern for Noma, or check in on Naogi. Discuss the matter with Emily for the last time. Should I check up on Noah? Talk to Sue. Oh man, I hate when they make decisions like this. Is my volume pretty low? Express concern for Noah. Express concern for Noah. I expressed my concerns for Noah. I went beside Noah, who was spacing out as always.
調子はどうだ、ノア。
いつもよりいいか。
You're feeling good? Good. Couldn't notice an emotion, no fluctuations from her as usual. Calm. Reply. Yeah, no emotions as usual. However, she seems to feel great, although she looks the same as always to me.
そりゃよかった。作戦の前に何か食べるか？アスカが米連の携帯食を少し分けてくれたが。
Need an MRE? Yes, okay. Here you go. And I quote, it's the taste of Japan.
ずっと米連に所属していたそうだし、日本食を食べる機会が少なかったんだろうな。
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
どうだ？うまいか？
You like it?
まあまあか。
Oh, it's not bad. Her hand that was using a spoon that came with the MRE was moving slowly. Even when she replied, I don't think she likes it that much.
早く作戦が終わるといいね。
ん？
トキコのご飯を食べたいな。
Oh yeah, Tokiko makes good food.
ああ、そうだな。もう随分と長い間食べていないような気がするな。
about food that Tokiko made?
今まで普通に食べてたけど、トキコは実はものすごく料理が上手だ。コンビニの弁当やレーションを食べていると、最近はよくそう感じる。
Well, yeah, homemade food is always better than fast food. You should know this by now. Amazing homemade food is always better than fast food from convenience stores, yeah. I didn't care too much before, but I think listening to the word Tokiko's food since no one moved into my house has affected my opinion. I realized that I took it for granted, but more importantly, I didn't pay attention to it since we are very close. I took for granted how precious, warm, and delicious family meal is.
ノアはトキコの料理が本当に好きなんだな。
フーマはトキコの料理は嫌い？
いや、ただ好きとか嫌いとかじゃなくて、今まで当たり前に食べていたからな。
Of course.
家に帰ればトキコの料理を食べるのが普通で、意識したこともなかったんだと思う。
It's always special. Food is always something special.
贅沢だね。
Yeah, exactly, Noah. Exactly.
確かに、ものすごく贅沢な考えだな、これって。
I believe it was natural for Tokiko to prepare food when I come home, but in fact, it's an extravagant thing that brings me joy. When I look at Noah, it occurs to me that she is an ironic creature because her appetite cannot be satisfied with human food. Yet that's exactly what she tries to do. Well, yeah, she normally drinks human blood, right, and human flesh. So it's kind of different when you go from eating human flesh to eating real food, right? And yet,
俺の分も食うか？
うん。
Noah shook her head.
ご飯は一緒に食べないと美味しくないよ。
そうだったな。
トキコの料理もジャンクフードも軍用レーションも二人で食べる方が美味しいね。
Yeah, that makes sense.
ああ、ノアはどんな料理も美味しそうに食べるな。
To her, it's not about the taste, but more about the feelings. But that doesn't show because Noah's face has always had a blank expression. When I eat something with her, it feels like whatever I eat tastes better than usual anyway. Still, it doesn't change the fact that what we are eating now is MRE.
ああ、ノアと話していたらトキコの料理が食べたくなってきたな。
Now I wonder what a conversation would be if I picked Sue earlier, or if I picked Nagi, or even freaking Emily. Man, I always regret my decisions when I make a decision in games like this. I mean, if you made me crave Tokiko's food, yeah.
トキコの料理が食べたいね。
With that, we finish eating the yakitori flavored MRE together.
うまかった。ごちそうさま。
ご
Are
ち
we
そう
gonna
さ
start
ま。
invasion now? That's not bad, okay.
ね
Fuma?
え、ふうま。 早く帰りたいね。
ああ、みんなで帰ろうな、家に。
うん。
You need a place to go back to, or family? Interesting.
なに？
いや、
Nothing. There's nothing. I hesitated to ask that question for a while, and I shook my head.
きっと家ではトキコが待ってるだろうな。
I'm sure Tokiko will be waiting.
そうかな。
Yes, she will.
どうした？
私も待ってるかな。
Of course.
当たり前だろ。お前はトキコのご飯を本当に美味しそうに食べるからな。きっと帰ればたくさん料理を作ってくれるさ。
帰ろうね、ふうま。
The time when the sun has already set and the lights in the base have started to turn on. The comms device of Mrs. Sagi quietly buzzed. It meant she got a message.
施設に潜入しているタイマニンからよ。敵の見張りが少ないルートが送られてきたわ。
Another moment, a loud cry of death waves could be heard from far away.
声でっか。隠密行動には向かないわね。
Well, that's why they're a distraction, right? That's why they're a distraction. We're the one who are infiltrating.
自分たちを死神だと言っていたけど、この声だと死神にも向いていないかもね。
だが今は心強い。ナギ、事前の打ち合わせ通り、空と咲夜を連れて式族の援護に向かってくれ。どうやら向こうは突撃力こそあれ、機械関係には疎いみたいだからな。何か動きがあれば3人で連携して生き残ることを優先するんだ。
了解しました。主様、ご分を。
この程度で死ぬわけにはいかないさ。空と咲夜もナギの命令に従うように。
了解しました。はい。
よし、特務中隊、これより作戦を開始する。
Well, time. Let's start the mission.
わかった。戦うよ。
見張りが少ないとはいえ、やはりゼロではないか。
ならば結露を切り開くのみ。
わお、みんなやる気満々だね。
But we're always motivated. What are you talking about?
ここはさくらちゃんもやる気を出しちゃおっかな。
まったく、作戦は始まったばかりだ。無茶はするなよ。
Yeah, don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. We just started. This is just the beginning.
このまま一気に敵の壁を突破し、式族と合流するぞ。
Break Trudy and Mina.
了解。
Let's go.
全力で行く
All
ぞ
out.
ノマドども。
Should have accepted. That is scary. I'm a giant. Come here. Jump no. First one done. First act done. Let's go for act 2 now. Section 2. We'll do section 2 with... Let's do it with Sue. What's the difference? Sue has a little bit more combat power. Do some upgrades, have a little bit more defense. No, should be good. Let's go.
いいだろう。行くぞ。
行くぞ。You're limiting your enemies while wary of a surprise attack from behind. The path to the main entrance was cleared.
ハッキングして扉を開くので、皆さん援護をお願いします。
わかった。みんな、エミリーの護衛を優先する。
了解。雪風、あなたは狙撃に注意を。
分かって るけど数が結構。
We're dealing with the enemies coming at us with no problem, but if a sniper is added to the mix, the burden on everyone will become much greater. Well, yes, snipers are always a hassle to deal with because they always attack from hidden locations, and they always attack from like high up places.
まだ狙撃兵までは配置されていないが、いつ配置が終わるか。
I want to regroup with the Death Wraiths, but before that, yeah, we need to hurry up and regroup.
エミリー、ハッキングの完了までどれくらいかかりそうだ？
あと数分もあれば。
さくら。
何？
お前も雪風に協力して建物の影からの狙撃に注意してくれ。
了解。
Gave her the instructions. Sparks flew with short sound from the wall right next to me.
行動が早い。雪風、狙撃の場所は分かったか？
でも、いや、数が多すぎるし、ここからじゃ3人くらい死角になって狙えない。反対側からも発見。こっちはさくらちゃんにお任せあれ。
As though the enemy is also prepared for an all-out war. A large number of reinforcements are sent from the base. Taimanin, nearly twice as many soldiers than what we had just fought appeared. Instead of pushing us to the front, their numbers, they are checking on us while hiding in behind cover.
厄介だな。
向かってきてくれるなら近くのやつを叩き潰せばいいだけなんだけど。
今までの兵士たちよりも手だれね。
ええ、それにこの動きは人間であればありえない動きを。パワードスーツの中身はおそらく。そうか、なら遠慮はいらないな。
Trinai Winard user, whose specialty is speed, took the lead. She reaches the soldier shooting behind in the wall in a flash and cuts him down along with the enhanced suit, even the wall. After this, Miss Murasaki and Rinko plunge into the enemy siege and make a big opening in their formation.
これならどう？
Take advantage of this opportunity, Yukikaze fires lightning bullets at the snipers. Because they're hidden in a blind spot, but the next moment, the sound of explosions echoed through the base.
隠れてるなら近くの爆発物ごと吹っ飛ばすだけよ。楽しそうだな。当然、基地を稼働させるために必要な燃料タンクやバッテリーを片っ端から吹っ飛ばしてあげる。構わんが、こっちが巻き込まれないようにしろよ。
少しは構いなさいよ。一応米連の資金で稼働している基地なんだからね。
一応気にしておくわ。
まったく。
No matter how many enemies there are or how skilled they are, the task force is a group of exceptional beings, even among Taimamins. We beat the enemies down without caring about how many there are.
あと少し。
エミリー
Yeah, the bullet
ごめ
almost
んな
hit
さ
her.
い。少し驚いただけです。でも、どうして外れたんでしょうか。
We were given the answer immediately. The enemy soldier who seemed to have shot Emily fell from the roof of the building with a thud.
相変わらず派手な戦い方ね。でもこの場ではそれが一番似合っているのかしら。
Someone who probably knocked out the sniper jumped down from the rooftop. I felt no danger from them though.
しずる先生
Zuru? Made it hard for me to know where to look. Okay.
ノマドに潜入していたタイマニンとはしずる先生のことだったのか。
Though I barely see her because I usually skip classes, the way she beat down the snipers and jumped down from the roof was refined even in my eyes, and I could tell she's a top-class Taimanin. She has the guts to remain comfortable in battlefield, should I say? It's the same as what I feel about skilled Taimans like Miss Asagi and Miss Murasaki and Shiranui. Miss Shizuru came close to Emily and me to check on us. Then Miss Asagi approached her.
連絡で聞いてはいたけど、本当に魔族と共闘していたのね。
はい。ですが門の外にいる式族は信用できます。今は見た目は結構驚くかもしれませんが。
ご苦労だったわ、しずる。
いえ、浅木校長。本当は情報が揃うまでもう少し隠れて様子を見るつもりでしたが、私の存在は最初から気づかれていたみたいで。
ええ、どうやらノマドはこの基地で私たちと決着をつけるみたいね。
突然だけれど、これ以上の単独行動は難しいし、合流させてもらうわね、プーマくん。
心強いです、しずる先生。
Smiles off her hand gripping her rose whip. She lightly would, which is what seemed like to me, yeah. Cracks her whip faster than I could see and deflects a bullet that was fired in this direction. The source views her whip can do that because it's such a flexible weapon.
硬いだけで動きが遅い相手が得意なの。それじゃあ、あなたの援護は私がするから、さっさと扉を開けてちょうだい、エミリー先生。
浅木先生、俺たちは向かってくる敵の殲滅を優先します。
ええ。
A few minutes later. Shizuru was protecting Emily, and the front door of the base started opening.
ほう、思っていたよりも早かったな。
外の敵は。
When the door opened, the king of the death race, who's so tall that I have to look up to see his face, stood in front of the death race, who were fighting, waiting for us behind him. Every single nomad soldier who had been armed to fight back against them was incapacitated. However, it seems that not all of them were dead, as I could hear some of them groan. They weren't worth killing. Let's get inside now. His voice sounded slow and calm.
初めて会った時より覇気のようなものを感じないような。
I don't know how to explain it, but he looks less powerful than when we spoke before the mission.
何かあったのか？
What happened?
敵があまりに弱すぎてな、退屈しておられるのだ。
The enemy was too weak, so he got bored. Well, yeah, it makes sense.
退屈。
Got bored fighting against this large number of enemies? Well, yeah, they're weak. Well, I wonder how that's possible. Somehow, I also understand that he would feel like that.
上級魔族っていうのはやっぱりよくわからないな。
But he is a high-ranked demon, so makes sense.
行くぞ。
Here we go.
10にしろ。
My proud warriors.
我が自慢の者の二ちよ。
And to
吸
retain.
血鬼の犬どもに泥を食わせ、
He's bored.
屈辱に這わせ、我を楽しませよ。
Under the command of the king of the death race, his warriors, who weren't even tired after fighting more enemies than we faced, charged into the UFS base. In the middle of the fear that the horrible death race are attacking them, the soldiers wearing UFS gear scream and resist.
好機だ、フーマ。
ああ、この隙に俺たちも攻撃に転じるぞ。しずる先生はみんなの援護を。
人使いが荒いわね。潜入任務が得意なんだけど、そうも言ってられないわね。花のしずる、行くわよ。風磨くん、指示をちょうだい。
はい。
数人類、
Let's go.
行くぞ。
Ikusa. Ikusa. Let's go.
せい。鉄発射。せい。終わりだ。行きなさい。 せややった終わりだ。これで決める。今こそ一気呵成に攻める。せいこれすでに万全ですよ。せや行きなさい。せや終わりだ。せやとどめだ。流派人これで決める。すでに万全です。せや乱中に行きなさい。
There we go, there's the boss. Because it's, it's like a Minotaur or something, right? No man commander. Come here, I gotta beat you up. Transformation. Let's go.
終わりだ。節発症。せや節発症。すでにワンスせや行きなさい。流派人節発症。せやこれで決める。流派人節発症。終わり。今揺れせブレード。
There we go. Perfect.
任務完了。祈祷するぞ。
Easy. Next battle, let's go. Let's see, let's do Sakura next.
私に任せなさい。制圧完了。こっちも制圧したわ。
Members of the task force who entered the base building shout and announce the completion of suppression. Completion of suppression. It was a surprising achievement to suppress a base of this size in such a short period of time. I could feel the voice of the death wraiths go up a pitch.
これが組織だった動きができる魔族の力か。
It would be possible just a task force, but to make the enemy fall in such a short time, I wonder how many sacrifices it would require.
夜が来る。さあ、本番はこれからよ。
ええ、そうみたいですね。エミリー、基地の通信設備を復旧。基地周辺をレーダーで監視してくれ。
I suppressed the command room at the base. We utilized the facilities of the base and guard the surroundings.
“そういえば、ノマドを傷物にした私たちに怒っているとか言ってたっけ？”
Come to think of it, he said Black was angry with us for the damage done to Nomad.
いい迷惑よね。あっちは人間界全体を傷物にしたようなものなのに。
They've caused the damage to the whole human race.
どうしたの？エミリーさん。
ヘリが一機来ます。映像を出しますね。
必要ない。
今のは？
四季の王の声だ。みんなにも聞こえたのか？
ようやく来たか。出てこい、風魔小太郎。あれは貴様たちが相手をし。
俺たち？いや、とにかく外に行くぞ、みんな。ナギたちは引き続き四季族と一緒に行動して援護を頼む。
了解しました。
風魔先輩、皆さんお気をつけて。
ソラ、私たちも行くわよ。急いで。
昨夜たちは大丈夫みたいね。大きな戦いになるわ。みんな準備は万全にしておきなさい。
The helicopter approaches as if it didn't fear of getting shot down. It approaches the heliport where the king of the death wraiths await. The door of the helicopter opened in midair and familiar faces could be seen.
オボロ、イングリッド。
Oh, it's Albaro and Ingrid. Oh shit. This is getting serious.
あのおばさんたちまで来たの？
四季の王様の話だと、エドウィン・ブラックが動いているみたいだしね。幹部が一緒に来るのは普通じゃないかな。でもエドウィン・ブラック本人はいないわ。
As I've said before, high-ranking demons like the king of the death wraiths and Astroth have a peculiar intimating feeling that I felt. I could feel that from the military helicopter. Arboro and Ingrid are strong in our eyes, but
こんなに落ち着いて顔が見ていられるような相手だったか。
it was weird how calm I was feeling.
「我らとの戦いで成長したということだ」。
I wouldn't have said it out loud, but the king of the Death Race answered the question bothering me. Even though he was still far away, his voice was very clear.
それが人間の成長だ。肉体ではなく魂。
肉体ではなく魂の成長か。
An interesting feeling, nevertheless. If I am with my colleagues, I'm not scared at all. Was how I felt now.
こちらが弱みを見せれば、まるでハイエナのように群がってくる。単純だな。タイマニンも式族も。
無駄話は後だ。さっさとここを終わらせてブラック様の援護に向かうぞ。
援護なんて必要かしら。
The two come down from the military helicopter talking.
あんたとの腐れ縁もここまでみたいね、坊や。
I guess it is, old bro. I guess it is.
ブラック様との約定をたがえるとは、もはや生かしておく価値はないな、特務中隊。
おぼろ、イングリッド。
Wearing armored gauntlets with huge claws. And Ingrid, the brown-skinned swordsman, their hostility turned toward us, but quickly shifted focus. Their gaze met the king of the Death Race, whom even those two respect. The king stood still.
おやおや、今まで隠れて地べたを這い回っていたネズミの王が、こんなところでどうしたんだい？
貴様！我らが王に、なんとそんな！
雑魚は黙ってな！それとも向かってくるかい？この私に！
吸血鬼の犬が！
As all the Death Wraiths get ready to fight, Obero and Ingrid, the soldiers of Nomad, whose morale was restored with the appearance of the two, take up arms one by one. However, all that was needed to de-escalate the situation was the small noise that came from the king of the Death Wraiths, hitting the special alloy floor with his mace.
つまらん小競り合いはなしだ。エドウィン・ブラックはどこにいる？
よく言う。ノマドの状況を理解し、米連の支配領域内に限定したとはいえ、このタイミングで複数の基地や施設を襲撃するとは。貴様ら式族は人間とは群れないと思っていたが、当てが外れたぞ、式の王。
なるほど。エドウィン・ブラックは別の基地に向かったか。特務中隊と弱った桃地東洋、どちらの餌に食いつくかと思ったが。
桃地だって？あいつは
目的のためなら手段を選ばない。 それがたとえ自分自身の命であっても、そういう男だ、あれは。
ちょっと、他の施設を襲っているというのはどういうこと？
深く考えずともわかるのではないか。今回の襲撃はこの基地だけではないということだ。まさか我自ら赴いた基地にお前たちの仲間が潜入しているとは思わなかったがな。こういうことを運が良いというのかな、風魔小太郎。
King of the Death Race then laughed, about boldly. It was as loud as ancient drums played at a festival, so loud it hurt my ears a little.
聞いていないぞ。
敵を騙すには味方からというのは人間の言葉ではないのか。まあ騙す形になったのは悪いと思っている。それは本当だ。
いや、相手はエドウィン・ブラックだ。奴のことはあんたの方が詳しいだろう。けれどこんなことであの吸血鬼を倒せるとは思えないな。
だが戦力を分けることには成功した。あの2匹の犬と吸血鬼を同時に相手にしては、不死の我らはともかくお前たちには荷が重いであろう。まああの2人が本当の実力を発揮したら話は別だろうが。いや、余計なことを言ったな。忘れろ。
ナギから聞いたあなたたちの頭数、それにノマドの逮捕。予想はしていたけど、やはり陽動作戦だったのね。
だからこそお前たちも様々な準備を整えてきたのであろう。
じゃあ私たちはあの吸血鬼をおびき寄せるための餌だったわけ？
うん。
この基地を襲撃したのは
エドウィン・ブラックをおびき出すためと、上級魔族同士が戦えるだけの広い場所が近くだとここしかなかったということだな。
However, if you attack only one place, you'll be followed by not just Edwin Black, but also experienced subordinates, like Obero and Ingrid. But no matter they're most vulnerable, which with less pawns, is that why it was necessary to attack multiple places at the same time and divide their forces? To make Edwin Black defenseless, to remove obstructive barriers like Obero and Ingrid from the vampire.
何？あんたたち、その怪物たちに騙されてたの？そんな異形の化け物を信じるなんて、どうかしてるんじゃない？
I think it's because he believes that we're strong enough to take you two down. I stare at the sneering Obero.
利用しようとしていたのはこっちも同じだ。別に気にしないさ。
クソガキ。あんた、誰に向かってそんな目を！
それより残念だったな、四季の王。せっかくの罠にこんな雑魚しか釣れなかったなんて。
構わぬさ。今のノマドに使える手駒は少ない。ならば次は上級幹部とやらを一人ずつ殺していくだけだ。子飼いの手駒がなくなれば、いかな引きこもりの吸血鬼でも出てこなければならんだろう。
So basically we gotta defeat Obero and Ingrid, right?
たかだか魂を食らうことに長けただけの怪物が調子に乗るな。
Even when it's said about the King of Death Race, we also approached the King to fight Edwin Black. We can't complain that we were used when we were planning to use him. Rather, since we don't feel the connection that colleagues do, we bear no grudges against each other.
その通りね、風磨くん。雪風、同じ目的があったとしても味方というわけではないのよ。少しは相手を警戒する癖をつけなさい。
一緒に戦っているって思ってたの、私たちだけなの？裏切られるとまでは思っていなかったが、お互いに利用しているくらいには感じていたぞ、私も。嘘つけ！嘘じゃない。これだから日本のタイマニンはどうどうユッキー。私は馬じゃない。まったく、これじゃいつも通りじゃない。
You're gonna place your hand on her forehead, mumbled, and let out a sigh.
相変わらず賑やかね。
Lively as ever, yep.
まあ特務中隊らしいと言いますか。
ずいぶんと余裕じゃない、クソガキども。
Look at you all laid back, damn rats.
何を怒ってる
Yeah, why are you angry?
の？おぼろ。
ノア・ブラウン、こちらへ戻ってこい。
I don't think Noah's gonna switch sides. Sorry.
でなければブラック様の血を継ぐお前も殺さなければいけなくなる。
断る。私は特務中隊の仲間だから。風磨小太郎は私を道具ではなく仲間だと言ってくれたから。
There you go. Say it, Noah. There you go. You just got told, Ingrid.
ごめんね。
まったく、普段はブラック様ばっかりだってのに、珍しくこっちについてきたと思ったら、なんだい、母性にでも目覚めたの？
いや、ノアは長い時間と大量の資金を使って作られた現状では最高の傑作品だ。それを殺したとなればブラック様も悲しまれる。
あの男がその程度で悲しむもんかね。たった一つ、ほんの数滴だけの血を分けた化け物相手に。
今日は随分とおしゃべりじゃないか、おぼろ。四季の王の前だからって怖がってるのか？
はっ、あんたも随分とおしゃべりじゃないか。四季の王の前だからって調子に乗ってるのか。
I felt the murderous intent directed at us. I feel cold sweat go down my spine. Goosebumps, however, it's the nervousness of the fight that's about to come, not fear. Different from what I felt when I confronted Edwin Black, or Astaroth, even the king of the death race. This breeze of murderous intent actually calmed me down. Alright.
俺も少しは成長したってことか。
調子に乗るでないわ。成長したとはいえ、お前に比べたらその怪物の方が数枚上手ぞ。
だが負ける気はしないな。
あ、どうやら本当に今日は調子に乗ってるみたいだね、坊や。
We're gonna win.
少し
Who cares?
きつい応急が必要かしら。
I glanced around me. The hustle and bustle were gone, and everyone was already ready for battle. With their weapons ready, they were waiting for my orders. I nodded at Noah for the last time.
俺たちの仲間を侮辱してんじゃねえ。来いよ、おぼろ。殺してやる。
吐いた言葉は飲み込めないよ、風魔小太郎。
さくら、行きまーす。ゴーゴー。 今こそ高貴なり。
クソタイマニンども、覚悟しな。
Come on, girl. Come over here.
このムカつくわ。
大楽勝。当然の結果だね。私も混ぜてよ。
嘘。この私がこんなガキどもに。
ガキガキうるさいのよおばさん。
Yukikaze fired her lightning bowler at the Boro, who gave up the reckless charge and tried keeping her distance.
捉えた。合わせるわ。突っ込んで。
Half a step short. The reason is behind a row, the presence of Ingrid, who has become more intimidating just by aiming her demon sword at them.
しまった。なめるな。
Boro's counterattack is received by Kurenai.
やらせるか。
Oh no, you don't.
数だけは多い。
Boro, bleeding from her chest, steps back, and this time she widened the distance.
挑発に任せて踏み込むからだ。
うるさい。くそ。この短期間でここまで成長しているなんて。完全に予
Didn't
想
expect
外
them
だ。
to improve this much in such a short time.
相手はタイマニンだ。舐めてかかるからそうなる。
私を見下してんじゃないよ。
Grindin lifts her demon sword, Dark Flame. In the past, I couldn't even move a finger under the pressure of that sword.
アスタロトから生き延び、四季の王と対峙して多少は成長したようだな。
どうだろうな。おぼろくらいなら東京キングダムで会った時でも戦えたと思う。少し挑発すれば突っ込んでくる癖は以前のままだからな。
Oh my god, that's a good one.
よく見ている。
Indeed, while confronting Ingrid, I also check my surroundings. Everyone is fighting nomad soldiers, saying worry of the wounded Obro and keeping Ingrid in check. Among them, I was concerned about how strangely little Miss Asagi and King of the Death Race were moving.
あれは俺たちを観察しているのか。
As if they're leaving this fight to us. Yeah, they're leaving the fight to us.
やらせるか。
The sound of metal clashing, Ingrid's demon sword bounced off Sue's gauntlet, flames that seems to flicker in the dark spark, giving a glimpse of how precise the attack was.
あんたは油断も隙もないな。だがあんたも怖くはない。
Ingrid is strong. Even Rinko might lose if they went against one-on-one. When she's alone, there's no one with her.
なるほど。成長したのは舞台ではなく貴様の心根か。よかろう。貴様を一人の戦士としてこの魔剣ダークフレイムのサビにしてくれる。
気を抜くなよ、フーマ。
Push up your guard down, Fuma.
ああ、
Got it. Let's do
一緒
this
に勝つぞ
together, Sue.
スー。
水木雪風
Good, Kaze.
一番乗りよ。するわよ。
Let's do this. Over here? Over there. Okay.
お前の本気見せてみろ。魔界騎士の力しかと見よ。
Let's do this, Ingrid. 魔剣ダークフレイム。よし、いいぞ。
ソウルハンマーザ・ディープ。私の活躍見ていてくれた？
Let's finish off with Asagi.
私が出るわ。
勝てたのか。
Well, of course. We're the best.
確かにそれなりに成長したようだな。以前戦った時よりもずっと動きが良い。
Ingrid was showing off, but the reason Miss Sasaki didn't finish the job was because she thought there was going to be more. It was something that Ingrid allowed her to sense this, and this is why she is a Hell Knight. It comes from the experience of countless battles she's been in.
傷は塞がったか、おぼろ。
人使いが荒いやつ。でも今だけは言うことを聞いてあげるわ。
Even when it did freeze with fear, we were careless with our attacks, but neither side were getting fatally wounded. the pair working together, we're going to have to fight harder than before.
みんなまだやれるな。
当然だ。
This time we will win. As I looked toward the team, I heard someone clapping, which was not appropriate in the current situation.
やっぱりあなたたちの見せ物が一番面白いわね。タイマニン。
誰だ。
この声を忘れたの？私よ。
アスタロト、またあなたが。
懐かしい顔を見ようかと思えばまたいるんだもの。驚いたのはこっちよ、タイマニン。それとブラックの飼い犬たち。
Okay, now we have two high-ranked demons here. We have Astaroth and the King of Death Wraiths. The Death Wraith, the Reaper.
極縁の女王、なぜ貴様がここに。
なぜも何も遊びにじゃないの？そいつの性格からして。
ご名答。久しぶりね、四季の王。
久しぶりだな、極縁の女王。
Short greeting. It's stifling to watch them just do that. Presence makes us realize that our desperate fight to survive was nothing more than a skirmish to them.
それにしても珍しいわね。人間を観察するだけでなく力を貸すなんて。どういった変化かしら、四季の王。
貴様には関係がないことだ。何の信念もなく強楽的に動くことしかできないお前にはな。
あら手厳しい。
これ以上邪魔をするな。どうせこれからの戦いにも興味はないのだろう。
At these words, Astaroth twists her blood-red lips into a smile. The smile is frightening enough to give you a heart attack, yet the King of Death Wraiths doesn't even flinch and gazes up at the sky.
相変わらずつまらない男。
相変わらず気色悪い女だ。
That moment.
化け物ども、こんなところで。
King of Death Wraiths brings his mace down onto Astaroth at the speed that is practically impossible for a behemoth like him to move. But Astaroth simply blocks it with one hand. The immediate stench that came right after that is from the smoke that's coming off the king's mace. Astaroth tried to melt the mace that was created with an unknown metal with the heat from her hand.
全員離れて。
As soon as Misasagi spoke, the king's rage and Astaroth's fires literally blew up a part of the UFS's base. The mace and the flames ignited the ammunition, causing a series of explosions.
上級魔族同士の戦い。それにしても突然すぎるぞ。
喋っている暇があれば距離を取れ。巻き込まれたらひとたまりもないぞ。
That's right, it was overwhelming. Overwhelming violence and destruction were being spread by these two high-ranking demons, affecting nomad soldiers who unfortunately didn't escape in time. The maze turns the men into lumps of flesh and meat, and the infernal heat burns the enhanced suits to ashes. Funnily enough, the two fighting don't seem to have a single scratch on them. The fight only becomes more intense, unlike their tone of speech.
私の炎を受けて無事で済むなんて変わらないわね、四季の王。
場の空気も読めぬ戦闘狂め。ここで引導を渡してくれる。
アスタロトが現れたと思ったらいきなりどういうこと？
わからん。よほど仲が悪いみたいだな、あの二人。
これでは貴様らだけに気を取られるどころではないな。
いきなり現れて好き勝手に暴れていい迷惑だね、本当。何？イングリッドの能力ではないわ。
まったく物事がうまくいきすぎるとろくなことがないとは人間の言葉だったか。
エドウィン・ブラック。
Vampire King. Scan Kurunai, who were hiding behind cover, leaped out, ignoring the destruction being caused by Astaroth and King of the Death Rift, and charged at Edwin Black, who appeared out of nowhere. Their strides are so powerful that they leave dents in the walls and floor that are made of special alloy. They then aim at his neck and heart with their blades. They drop to the ground before they can even touch him.
なんだ？何が起きた？
Timing was perfect, their attack was precise enough, maybe not to kill, but to at least wound. Asuka and Kurunai fell, and not just them, but the floor also dented and caved inwards.
あれがエドウィン・ブラックの能力。重力制御か。
Yeah, he can control gravity. That's his power. He has power over gravity.
アスカ、くれない。
二人を離しなさい。
But let go of him.
援護します。
Edwin Black snorted at them. It seemed like everything around him became sort of distorted. Immediately after that, his Chinese water art and bullets fired from Emily's drone are deflected by the distortion.
今度はなんだ？
重力障壁。
The gravity shield.
あれの前で
Any
は
other attack on it
普
will
通
be
の攻撃は
deflected.
完全に防がれてしまうわ。
Well, yeah, of course. However, he can't hold up the gravity wall and attack at the same time. Maybe he's completely looking down on us. Thanks to missionary Emily's attacks, Kurunai and Asuka's restraints are loosened and they escape. Edwin Black doesn't even care and stares at Ingrid and Obro.
ブラック様、どうしてここに？
これ以上使える駒を失うわけにはいかないからな。奴ら全員を相手にするのはお前たちには荷が重すぎる。
たく、それより別のところを襲っていた部隊は？
追っていたが、それよりもお前たちを優先した。これ以上大切な駒を失うのは面倒だからな。
ブラック様、ありがとうございます。
Ingrid seems to be touched, but this is looking bad for us. The king of the Death Race is too occupied with Astaroth. And of course, Edwin Black's attention is focused on us, who are defenseless.
エドウィン・ブラック。
ノア・ブラウン、口
口を開く許可は与えていない。黙れ。それで特務中隊、お前たちはここで何をしている？私はお前たちに桃地東洋を殺すように指示を出したはずだが。
His voice was quiet enough to be drowned out by the destruction of the king of the Death Reefs and Astaroth, but eerily enough it was still extremely clear. Alone made my heart race and grip my sword tighter. Sweat ran down my back and I could hear myself gulping down saliva.
たったそれだけの子供の使いもできんか。
Oh, we already did finish it. You just don't know about what happened to him. Point my blade at Edmund Black. My teammates also point their weapons at him.
邪魔な連中はお互いに争っている。お前たちを助ける力はここにはもうないぞ。
I hope. Hey, do we get to fight Edwin Black? That would be awesome.
子供の使いすら満足にできないのなら必要ない。何を期待していたのかは知らんが、ここで死ぬならそれまでだ。井川浅木。
なんて威圧感なの？
マッツ、本気だよあの人。
Of course, he's always serious. What'd you expect?
人じゃなくて吸血鬼。
全員油断するなよ。本気で来るぞ。
当たり前だ。ちゃんとした指示を頼むぞ、フーマ。
ああ、やってやる。全員で生き残るぞ。
Let's go. Come here, Edwin Black.
ラスト。決める。さよなら。
There he is, Edwin Black.
いいだろう。私自ら相手をしよう。
忍法殺人か。
思ったよりもやるようだな。次は本気でお相手しよう。
任務完了。
That was a short fight.
さあ、
He
起動
just
しましょう。
ほう、この攻撃をしのぎ切るか。イングリッドたちが手を焼いたことといい少しは成長しているようだな。
なめるな、コウモリの化け物だ。
Azuka, whose fighting spirit didn't wane even when all of her attacks were blocked. charges in and slams her blade into the gravity wall that distorts space. Sparks fly and strange sounds echo. The blow from her android limbs seems to scream from power overload, but even then the wall remains unbroken.
行き風エミリー今やれる最大の火力を。
相変わらず人使いが荒い。
ターゲットロック。いけます。ミス雪風。
行くわよ。
Barrage of Yukikaze's lightning bullets and Emily's bullets was focused on one spot. The distortion of the space due to the gravity wall became considerably large. Edwin Black stopped walking.
障壁の維持に集中しているのか。
Yes, he is. He's blocking all our attacks. Meanwhile, Kurenai and Mr. Murasaki join Asuka in attacking the wall, attracting Edwin Black's attention. Immediately, Mrs. Saki leaps and slashes her sword from behind without anyone noticing. Before the wall could react,
ほう。
これではダメか。
Misaki's surprise attack only nicked Edwin Black's right shoulder. It just wasn't deep enough. Regardless,
見事なものだな、井川浅木。人の身をもってこの私に傷をつけるか。
エドウィン・ブラック。
Edwin Black slowly glanced from Mrs. Sagi, looking at her affectionately. It was a different look to how he looked at us, almost friendly even.
だが、お前は後だ。
As Edwin snaps his fingers, no man's high-ranked demons charge at Mrs. Sagi.
なんだ。
しゃべ。
I quietly muttered something and then seemingly looked at me. My whole body was pinned to the ground. Body was slammed to the ground as if my weight suddenly had become tenfold. I was being pinned down by something I couldn't see. Of course, he has the power over gravity. He can control, like, anything around him.
体が重い。これが重力を操作する能力か。
Sue and Noah are panicking beside me, but there's nothing they can do even when gravity is being manipulated. So this is the strength of a high-ranking demon, the Vampire King, Edwin Black. Experiencing it firsthand, I desperately tried to lift my head up.
下船の顔を向けるな。
I felt the force of gravity pinning my head down even more. At the same time, I noticed Yukikaze and the others walking towards Edwin Black. Bones crack and my gut twists. I could taste the blood and content from my stomach and my mouth, but I still yelled desperately.
ダメだ。無策で行くな。
I wanted to tell them, but I can't even speak properly.
このままでは。
Saw a vision of Asuka, Kurenai, and my teammates falling as they attack Edwin Black. I grit my teeth and lift my head as I taste more blood in my mouth.
みんな。
At that moment, a shadow passes above me. No, a behemoth, the king of death wraiths, approaches the Vampire King. The queen of Inferno chases him.
吸血鬼！ 屍の支配者か。
For the first time, there was a hint of desperation in Black's voice. The force that was crashing at me had gone, and I felt light as a feather. Dude, Fumao, calm down. He almost killed you by just looking at you. You have to be careful. Just make sure he doesn't look at you. Right? Just fight him without him looking at you. That's what you have to do. Just make sure he does not look toward you. I immediately inhale fresh air. There's no time to waste.
全員この場を離れろ。
Next came the rage of the King of Death Wraiths and the flames of the Queen of Inferno, followed by the gravity attack of the Vampire King. It was pandemonium. Even a trained Taimanin can't withstand all this destruction, so we had no choice but to drag the wounded out of the area.
これが上級魔族3体の戦い。
It was like talk of legends, complete disaster, like a war between the gods. Flames that easily melt steel, violence that shatters everything in its reach, the force that crushes everything. The grounds of the UFS base were run into the ground by these forces together.
上級魔族ってなんてデタラメなのよ。会話もなしに追っ始めるなんて。
それだけ憎み合っているのでしょうね。でも好機だわ。
Yeah, we gotta take out Edwin Black somehow.
ええ、今ならエドウィン・ブラックの隙をつける。
珍しいな。お前なら他人の力なんて借りなくて向かっていくかと。
私だって実力差くらい分かっているつもりよ。
そう言いながら真っ先に紅と一緒に突っ込んでいた。てのは黙っとくか。まずはこの場を離れるぞ。あのレベルの戦いじゃ流れ弾だけでも俺たちはただじゃ済まないからな。
While we watch the high-ranked demons make pandemonium of the area as they fight, we leave the area. Well, that's the end of the chapter. It ends on a cliffhanger, really. Okay, we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait a couple months for the next chapter. This was the ending of chapter 18, the Trifecta. And we'll play more Action Taimanin next time on the next event update. See you guys next time.